and you got the shotty, right? And I'm look up, and the shotgun's pointed at me, and I'm telling you, I just turned my head back around, and I said, "Yo, please, please, don't pull the trigger, please." I said, "Tom, whatever you do, don't pull the trigger, please, please don't pull it." And you say, "I'm gonna show you." You cock that bitch, and bam! Right?
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thomas Free Me podcast show. What's going on? What's up, man? Man, I got a special guest for you tonight, man. So a while back, I had talked about bringing people from my past, ghosts from the past from my past life, because I don't want to be a character that's just up telling you what I've done and who I am and such, and just expect you to believe that. Anybody can do that, as we see on some of the other channels, but what I want to do is to show you, with testimony from people from my past of exactly who I was and some of the things that I was doing, because it's important to know these things in a sense that my subscribers understand the transition that I've gone through in my life from one point to another. Just talking about it is one thing, but when you see other people that are coming and giving testimony to the things that I'm saying, then it makes my word just a little bit more believable, and hopefully can relate to some of these adolescents that were the same age that I was, and is making the same decisions that I was, and hopefully it can just change the perception, if just one. So this is why I do what I do. This is why I talk about the past, not to bring it up and glorify it, but to learn and educate from it. So please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments, any opinions. I value them all, to a certain extent, as long as they're thought out opinions and educated opinions. So yeah, please share with me. Any questions, feel free to ask. And check out my foundation, www.cominghomecoalition.com. You can reach out to me through there if you have any issues or can need my assistance in any kind of way. So other than that, I don't want to hold you up too much longer. I want you guys to get in and enjoy this, man. So many blessings. I hope that you guys are safe tonight, and sit back and enjoy the show, man. Thank you for subscribing. Trying to build a prison. Welcome back, welcome back. So I brought on a good friend of mine, man. I haven't seen this. The first I seen my partner in probably 20 plus years.
Yes, sir.
Probably about 20 plus years, man. So how you been?
Can't call it. Thank God.
Yeah.
Right here, living the life.
Yeah, well, I see you got your little hand tattoo, man. Let me see what you got. Okay, anchor and chain.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I see it now, the W. Okay,
Yeah.
So I brought you back, man. I brought you back from the past, ghosts from the past, man, to talk about a certain day, man. A certain day that things could have went completely different for the both of us, man. You know what day I'm talking about?
Of course I do. Yeah.
How many times have you thought about this day?
Yo, that was literally the day that could have been my last day, right? So it's been off and on, certain things trigger it, but it's not like anything I've dwelled upon. You know what I mean? It's more of thinking of my friends more than ever looking back to anything bad. These kind of things, I've been through so much rough things in my life, different things, just like you, that I tend to get rid of or try my best to remove these bad images. You know what I mean? I don't want to dwell on these kind of things. I rather always think on the positive instead of the negative.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Before we get into the incident of this day, um, what kind of kid do you remember me as? Back then.
Yo, what we all were. What were we? Tom, you answer that question. What were?
Uh, you know, I just, I reflect upon that we were just a bunch of, just kids, man, that really didn't have nothing to do. I think, we all came together. I remember our mutual friend telling, he was telling me about this kid, this dude. The first time he brought me to your house, he was telling me about this dude that came from the Bahamas. You know what I mean? And he was here on school, and then that's when I met you. Shortly after that, you went and bought the rodeo. And we were just kids that were riding around, man, just with nothing to do. There was nothing to do in this town. But we liked exciting things,
Yeah.
we liked
Yeah.
exciting things. Remember the one day I showed up at your house? Remember I showed up at your house one night on foot with the
Yeah.
VCR or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, what didn't we do? Listen, to tell you the truth, right? The honest truth. We were the beginning of the destruction of that town.
Yeah, those are facts.
You know what I mean? Everything that happened after it was a mirror of us. So I often look back at that time, but besides the lifelong friendships, as some of the worst decisions that I ever made in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I often regret a lot of the things that led from that path into further into my adult life. It was begun there. You know what I mean? So that's the only real regret about thinking about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I was gone, so I really don't know what happened to you, where you went, the decisions that you made. Like I said, the last time I saw you was at Steven's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last time that I had saw you. My life went a different way, but so yeah, you said it well, Haas. The town really didn't know what to do with us. They were after us every chance that they could get. And we were really smart kids, man. We got away with a lot of
A
stuff,
lot of
man.
shit.
A lot
Yeah.
of shit, man. A lot of
Yeah. A
shit.
lot of shit.
A
Yeah.
lot of serious shit when you reflect back,
Lot.
So
Yeah.
yeah, on this particular day, you and our mutual friend, he comes over to that, to my house, my father's house. How old were we at that time, Haas?
Yo. Huh. Between 18 and 21, 18, 19, 20. I don't think none of us were 21 yet.
No, definitely wasn't that, because I know for a fact it was a couple weeks after John died, after John
Yeah.
killed himself playing Russian roulette. It was like a week
Boy.
or two after that. So yeah, we're just at the house, and go ahead, man. Just tell it from your side, and then I'll tell you what was going through my mind. So
Okay. First, we had to be super high, right? Because that's what we did. We rolled up big blunts. We did it, right? We did it. We did it, right? So well, I don't know where we was coming from, but we ended up by your house because nobody was home, just you. You know what I mean, right? Um, y'all went in the room or whatever. I'm sitting in that chair. I don't know if it's your father's chair or whatever.
mm-hmm.
I'm just chilling because, that's what I did. I chilled. And you come out the room and you got the shotty, right? And I'm look up and the shotgun's pointed at me. And I'm telling you, I just turned my head back around and I said, yo, please, don't pull the trigger, please. Because something my spirit had already told me this is not good. This is dangerous. There's something in here. I'm not even looking at it at the time. I turned away, turned right back around, and said, please don't pull the trigger. He said, nah, it ain't loaded. I said, Tom, whatever you do, don't pull the trigger. Please don't pull it. And you said, I'm gonna show you. You cock that bitch, turned it to the TV, and BAM! Right?
Yeah.
And then we booked it out, and I went to my spot. I don't know what we did. We probably got more high after that. I forgot about it. You know what I mean? So I was alive. I really didn't sweat it after that. You know what I mean? But we're going to talk the whole thing, right? So a couple days after, when your parents returned, you know what happened?
Huh.
I got a page, because we ain't had nothing like that.
Yeah.
And called it back, and it was your dad.
Mm.
And your dad told me off, right? And called me something. And I just, you know what the word is, right? So, but I put it as, I got to look out for you. You ain't know anyway. I ain't say nothing. I just hang up the phone and I just keep it rolling because, we boys anyway. And we all survived the situation. And from that point, we were so into dangerous shit, right? That this was just another something to chalk up on the board.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what it was for me. But at that moment, I was literally begging for my life.
With the thing about the text, I knew nothing about that. You know what I mean? The page,
yeah,
whatnot. But
the page, man, had no text.
yeah, our friend and I, we went into the room, and he's like, show Hassie the gauge, Now, I know it's not loaded. You know what I mean? Because I physically unloaded it. You know what I mean? I physically unloaded the gun before I put it away, and it was in the same spot where I had put it at. You know what I mean? So I go and I grab it, and in my mind, I know it's not loaded. So dude is like, scare him. So I'm like, all right, so yeah, I come around the corner and I got it, and you're sitting down in my father's chair. So, I got it. Now with all intentions, homie, I'm going to pull the trigger with it, because I'm expecting to hear the click. You know what I mean? So I said what was said, and then I clack, and then all intentions to pull the trigger. And just at that last moment, like you said, when I swung it at the TV, it was just, to this day, I have no idea. I put it on John. You know what I mean? God just had different intentions for us that day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I blew off my father's big screen TV that he had just got. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember? And then remember,
yeah.
Remember what was the first? I said, my father is gonna kill me.
Yeah.
What I did, I called the police. Remember, I called the police.
Yo, we had dipped.
No, you guys
dipped.
Did you guys dip or did you stay?
Dipped.
Remember?
And I wasn't there.
Maybe you left.
Yeah.
But I had called the police. I called 911, and when the police came, right, they knew dude right away.
But of course,
you know what I mean. And so, but my story was, because like I told him, I said, listen, somebody was trying to break into the house, and they were kicking open the door. And I went and got my father's shotgun, and I went back to the door. And when I came back to the door, they had actually opened the door, and it scared me. And I shot the gun, and it went into the TV. So the cops had told me, he's like, all right, well, just load it back up and put it back up. If they come back, just call 911, Yeah. But when my father came home and I told him that story,
he didn't buy that shit.
He didn't buy that shit. This has always been the issue, because either of my parents never really understood my association with Black people or the hood. Even to this day, I still date Black women. you know, and they're accepting, but it's just something that they've never understood, you know, and a lot of what they have displayed, you know, you're not the first one to tell me this, of course, you know, is a lot of the issue that goes on in America, you know, is that right there, you know, welcoming people into your home, you know, and showing them love, but still having an undertone, you know what I mean, about a
Mm-hmm.
person. So yeah, this is the environment that I grew up in, you know, and I really appreciate you finally tackling down and coming on and sharing this, because the reason why I share this isn't to brag or boast. It's to have people understand that this is the last time I've ever played with a gun. I never played
Mm.
with a gun after that. You
Right.
know what I mean? Never ever did I ever point a gun at anybody in a playful manner. You know what I mean? And I just, that was a learning lesson for me. But like you said earlier, Haas, you know, about the regret and things like that. You know, I had a discussion earlier today with someone, and we were talking about our past experiences. And it's like I share with them is I've done a lot of things that have set me back many,
Mm.
many years. You know what I mean? But I don't regret any of them, because I love who I am today and I love what I represent today. And I would not be who I am without these experiences. This experience here, you know, and many others is what formed who I am today. So, you know, I know I have a lot to make up for. You know, I got a lot of community work in my heart to do and make up for, to set things right with life in general, you know, but this is why I brought you here, to share these experiences so people can, one, understand that I'm not no fictitious dude up here, just up here talking and just telling stories. You know, like I say from the beginning, I'm gonna be bringing people from my past to testify to some of these atrocities that I've done.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah. We've done.
but we're better people now, and we understand. And again, like we say, we're in good places now, man. You know, so how are you now? How you doing now?
I'm grateful. You know what I mean? I'm grateful. Um, Still learning, still seeking to find forgiveness of myself,
Mm,
because, you know, I'm always trying to make up for my past.
mm,
And you guys met me, right? When you guys met me,
mm-hmm.
I was how we were young, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
were young,
You were a couple of years
18,
older than
7.
me, though. How old are you now?
I'm 49.
Yeah, so you're 3 years older than me.
Right. So at the time, we all 18, 19, 20. Um, and I was already living in a house by myself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
At
yep.
my house. That's my house, right?
Yeah, the little corner
So,
house.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right. So I was on my own for probably a whole year, senior year, just doing it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So when y'all met me, okay, let me start. When I came up here, it was right after my mother passed away,
Right,
right? So my
right.
mother passed away.
Yeah,
So
God
from that
bless his soul.
time, yeah, from that time, I that is what has formed my life. From that time, came up. I was literally, for me, I didn't know our boy, our good friend at
Mm,
this time when I first came up here, right? So I'm in my head, I'm the only black dude in this area,
mm-hmm.
right? So I'm in this world alone with all these damn people. And finally, I find our friend, and we all just build, we all come together. And instead of us, we did
Building
what
a
the
business.
use. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You
Instead of
know,
us doing something good, right? We burned the fucking town down. Right? We burned the
literally
shit
for
down.
real.
Yeah, we burned the town down. And what stopped it for me, what really made, besides John, you know, and other things around that time, what happened, what changed it for me, really made me want to go home, is this man rolled up to the house with his children in it. And you know at the time what we doing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I said to myself, yo, get the fuck out of here. I ain't serving you. Get the fuck out of here. Don't ever come back here. And that really changed my view of that part of it. So I leave, I go back home after John passes away and other things. And when I get back home, I come to find out this is the hub of every damn thing. Right? So so it don't
When you
get
thought you
better.
was getting away, you went right into the
Yeah.
lion's den.
Yeah. Right. So it's like, oh shit. Right. So, and it ain't like here, right? I listen to all the rappers still to this day, and they talking, and it's like bullshit to me. Right. So I'm like, these dudes ain't never. And it just got worse. It just got worse, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You a few years out, me too, a while, right? But I can only now use my experiences like you do to try to stop somebody to go from going down this useless road, this waste of time road, this this detrimental road. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. All I have left is my knowledge.
That's the A, man. Amen. That's what I say. My knowledge is my experience. That's all the knowledge I have is what my experience is. But that's it, Haas. You know, it's you can't beat yourself up over the past. It is what it is, and it made you who you are today, partner. And that's it. You know, and if you truly love who you are and what you represent, then you have to accept everything for what it was and not change nothing. You know, and that's just what it is. And we just build upon that. You know, so I'm gonna let you go do it, man. I appreciate you coming on, man, to the Thomas Free Me show. And hopefully some jits out there can hear what we're trying to say, man. You know, it turned into a, you know, from that point on, man, you know, I mean, I was already an angry kid at that point, and I was already an impressionable kid. That was what made me so dangerous, was the fact that I was trying to make friends with users. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
it was me going to the mall stealing all the clothes. It was me, you know what I mean, going and breaking into the homes and doing the crash stuff. You know, I was the crash dummy, you know, if you will. But so I mean, it is what it is, you know. But what are you gonna do, partner? We keep trucking and we just try to be our best selves each day, you know.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I'll catch up with you, man. Stay safe, stay blessed, and holler at me, man.
For sure, brother. You know, we ain't never gonna lose sight of each other again. You know what I mean? I ain't
No,
never
no.
told that story to nobody. You know what I mean? I don't even talk about certain things. So for you, anytime you need me, you call me, you know I'm there.
One, that's real talk. When I get back down south, man, we're gonna link up.
You already know.
Take care, bro.
One.